This conference will now be recorded.
So the course what we are going to learn here is, we call it as full stack Java. Full stack Java. So in this we go with the contents like initially we go with core Java, even we call it as Java SC, stands for standard edition. And the main use is used to develop standalone or desktop applications. So the examples of desktop applications are like calculator, paint, MS Office, all this comes under desktop applications. The next one we go with web technologies. So in core Java only I'll include database concepts, okay? Web technologies, where we'll be learning the web technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular, XML, JSON. So these are the web technologies we'll be covering in our course. Then we move to the next one, advanced Java, or even we say Java EE. EE stands for Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition. It's mainly used to develop web applications. So the examples of web applications are like Make My Trip, Book My Show, Amazon, Flipkart, all these are web applications. And here we'll be learning two topics, servlets and JSP. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. The next and very important category, frameworks. So where we go with the frameworks like Hibernate framework and Spring framework. Hibernate framework and Spring framework. Then before we go to Spring, even we learn web services. And even after Spring, we'll be learning microservices. Okay. So detailed elaboration about all these things I've done in the demo part. I'll be sharing that recording to you. You can go through that. And any queries you can even put to me in the next class. Then even we discuss some of the real-time tools and we do a project at the end. And the duration of our course goes with approximately 60 hours, maximum 60 hours. So we can consider approx 2.5 months, 2.5 months to 3 months. The time of our class will be, remember, Monday to Friday. The time of the class is Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. IST. Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. IST. And the class will go for maximum 1 hour. And remember, for US or Canada candidates, it will be Sunday to Thursday. Take care of your time zone, Sunday to Thursday. Okay, please take care of your time zone. It will be in evening hours. Okay. And the class is getting recorded and that recording will be shared to you. So in the last class, we have just introduced about Java. So Java introduction, just a basic thing. So the major thing starts from tomorrow only, Java introduction. So a Java comes under as object-oriented programming language. You can say Java is an object-oriented programming language. Okay. Since Java is object-oriented programming language, we are having 6 important features of object-oriented features. They are objects, classes, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So these are the 6 important features of object oriented. Right? So to enter into Java, we should have a basic idea of what is object, what is class. That's enough. We should have a basic idea what is object and what is class. So what is object? The meaning of object is like any real-time entity is an object. An object is a real-time entity which has identity, state, and behavior. Which has what? Identity, state, and behavior. So let me explain using a diagram. Let me explain using a diagram. So when you take an object like a I-10 car, when you take an object like I-10 car, where we go with the ID, like the registration number. The state, the meaning of state is the features what we see in car, like make, model, color, price, capacity, like this. This state, even we call it as variables or data members or properties or fields or attributes. Different people use different terminologies. I've given all the terminologies over here. Then for a object, we go with behavior. So when you take a car, the behavior is like the actions what we perform. Like we can drive the car, we can apply brake, we can change gear, we can reverse, we can stop. So whenever we say functionality, behavior, we end with the parenthesis. Then this behavior, we can even call it as methods or functions or operations. And we have seen one more definition, class. So all the things will get recapped again so many times. So how to define a class is like a class is a collection of data members and methods. Means the state of your object will act as data members, the behavior will act as methods. Then how to create a class? How to create a class is like we use a keyword class. The meaning of keyword is like whenever we take any programming language like C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, there will be some words which are understood by your language automatically. Those words only we call keywords. So here we use a keyword class with a class name person. So when you, and we have to say open and close curly braces, means the class begins over here and ends at this place. Then we go with some data members. Like for a person, what we give? Age. For a person, we go with name. For a person, we go with height. So this only we call data members or variables. Then when you say age, in age, what type of data we store? Like integer, a numeric value without any decimal point we call integer. So when you say data type at age, then only we can store integer value in this age. Then only it allocates memory for age, then we can store data. Then name, string type. String means collection of characters. Height, float. So when we say float, we can store a value with a decimal point, like 5.9, like that. Then methods. So what a person can do, a person can eat. We write some code inside the method using open and close curly brace. A person can walk. Okay, don't worry too much. Just understand there is a term called as object in class. That's enough. Okay. So this is the way how class looks. A class contains some data members, some variables, and some operations. Okay. Now, once we create the class, the very important point which I require to enter into Java is once we created the class, outside of the class means after curly braces, if you directly say age equal to 20, goes with error. We cannot, it is not allowed. It is not allowed. Then how to access these members outside of class person? how to access is by using object. This is the main point what I require to enter into Java. That is the members of the class. When you say members, it can be your data members or methods. The members of the class are accessed using objects with dot operator. With dot operator. How to create objects programmatically? How to create objects programmatically is the syntax is we go with the class name, then object name equal to new, it's a keyword, again class name. Like example, what is the name of the class above? Person, p equal to new person. In this, p is an object of class person. Then by using this p with the dot operator, now we can give value to age. By using this p with the dot operator, we can give value to name. Since name is string, the value should go in double quotes. By using p with the dot operator, we can call the method it like this. So this point is required for me to enter into Java. So just remember two terms, object, class. That's enough. Okay, however, we discuss all these things properly when we enter into Java programming. Right? So anyone having any questions up to here? So the people who have joined today, so I'll be taking care of sending this documents and recordings to you, the previous one. So where you can find more elaboration on this. Just we have taken something around 15 to 20 minutes only in the last classes. So from today only, the time will get increased. Right? Now, so let us move to the today's topic, that is Java features. We are having totally 10 important features of Java. We are having totally 10 important features of Java. They are Java is simple. Java is simple, object oriented, robust, platform independent. This is the major thing to discuss today. Platform independent, then interpreted, portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic, and distributed. So these are the 10 important features of Java. Now let me explain this one by one as a overview only, and as the days goes on, we'll be entering into every feature in them. Now let us start off with simple. Why we say Java is simple here is, hope you might be having idea on arrays. Have you heard about arrays anytime? What is an array?
A set of elements.
Right. Yeah, set of elements, collection of elements, we call it as an array. So if no background of arrays, don't worry at all. Okay, however, we discuss everything. So just I'm taking some examples. So arrays means what? Collection of elements. Now once we collect elements, we want to sort the elements. We want to sort the elements in the array. So sorting means arranging elements in ascending order or descending order. So if I want to do this task using C or C++, we need to write around 10 to 15 lines of code. We need to write around 10 to 15 lines of code. But in the case of Java, we use a predefined class arrays. Arrays is a predefined class in Java, which contains a method sort. And to this, if you just pass the array name, this one line of code is going to do the task for us. In that way, Java is what? Simple. So why we say Java is simple here? Because Java is simple as it contains lots of APIs. Lots of APIs. The term API is important here. The meaning of API is application programming interfaces. Application programming interfaces, which even we call it as libraries. The meaning of libraries is like existing code. The already existing code only we call library. So we use one of the predefined library class arrays with the method sort, and if you pass array, this single line of code is going to do the task for us. Okay. As the days goes on, I'll be showing how to open APIs, how to do the task using API, and and even I'll be giving some assignments to you where you need to open API to complete the task. Okay. The next feature is object oriented. So as I mentioned that Java is object oriented, so Java supports all the object oriented features. So Java is object oriented as it supports all the over features like objects, classes, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Inheritance and polymorphism. This is very, very important topic of Java. Okay, if you are good with this object oriented, then only we can understand remaining topics of Java very easily. Okay, right? Now this will take around 4 to 5 classes for us to complete this object oriented. The next feature is robust. The next one, robust. So can anyone say what is robust? Synonym of robust? Robust means strong. Let me take an example. Let us suppose you are typing a document in Microsoft Word. Let us suppose you are typing what? A document in Microsoft Word. After typing document, we want to print the document. But printer is not connected to your system. Then what is going to happen? Will Microsoft Word will give a message that printer not connected, or will it close the application? What we get, message or close?
It will send a message.
Right? It is going to display the message that printer not connected means. If any abnormal situation occurs, like printer not connected, the application should give proper message to the user what went wrong. Should not close the applications automatically. Such type of applications only we call robust applications. Then how to develop these robust applications in Java? In Java, we can develop robust applications using exception handling. Using what? Exception handling. Okay. The meaning of exception is like a runtime error. So once runtime error occurs, like printer not connected, the application will get terminated. So to avoid that abnormal termination, we go for exception handling. This handling will give a message to the user what went wrong and will continue with the remaining piece of code. To avoid abnormal termination only, we go with exception handling. The next one. Next feature, the very, very important feature of today's class is platform independent. The meaning of platform is like operating system. Platform means operating system. Platform independent is like if you write a Java application on Windows operating system, then we can take the same application and run it on other operating system like Linux or Mac. So this feature only we call platform independent. Let me elaborate this using a diagram. This is the main thing to discuss today. Platform independent. So what is platform independent is a Java program can run on any platform, means any operating system. So we can even say like a Java program is write once, run anywhere, or write the program on one machine and you can run it on any other machine. First of all, what is a Java program? How Java program looks? A Java program is a collection of classes. What makes a Java program? It is a collection of what? Classes. Like examples. If you take a Java program, like x.java, if you take a Java program like x.java, the extension what we give for Java programs is .java, and the programs whatever we write, we call them as source code. The programs what we write, we call it as what? Source code. Then in this x.java, we go with some classes here like this. So how to create a class? I said by using a keyword class and the name of the class, open and close curly braces. Like that, let us create some classes. So we have created some classes here. We have created totally how many classes in this x.java? 3 classes. Now, once we write this source code is not understood by your operating system directly. Your operating system will not understand the source code directly. We have to convert into machine understandable format. That conversion, that translation process only we call compilation. Compilation means translations. So how to compile is to compile at your command prompt or terminal. In the case of Windows, we say command prompt where we get greater than symbol. In the case of Linux or Mac, we say terminal. We get dollar symbol, percentile symbol like that. So since I'm having operating system Windows, I'm going with Windows. Similar way we can work with the terminals also. Okay, that even I'll be taking care of sharing the documents, how to work with the Mac operating system also. Okay, so at your command prompt or terminal, we use a command javac. And we go with the name of the file x.java. In this x.java, how many classes are there? Please interact here.
3 classes.
3 classes, right? We are having 3 classes. So depends on the number of classes in your source code, that many doc class files will be created here. So in this case, it's going to creates a dot class, b dot class, and c dot class. It's going to create 3 doc class files for us: a dot class, b dot class, and c dot class. Okay, then these doc class files are called as bytecodes. We call them these dot class files, we call them as what? bytecodes, and these bytecodes are platform independent. So what makes Java platform independent means we have to say bytecodes. So if you compile your Java program on Windows, once we get dockless files, I can use these dockless files on any operating system. That's the meaning of platform independent here. Okay. Now, once we compile, once we get dockless files, now we have to see the result of our application, the output of your program. To see the result, we have to run our program. So to run a Java program, at least one class should contain main method. Minimum one class should contain main method. Why main method? Main method is the entry point to run a Java program. Main method is what? It is the entry point to run a Java program, the starting point. Okay. Then, so like here in A class, we can go with main method with some code inside. In B class also, I'm going with main method with some code inside. So don't worry too much on methods, all those things. We'll discuss everything again. Then, very, very important part, and many people don't know this point. That is, we can run only dockless files. We can run what? Only dockless files which contains main method. We can run what? Only dockless files which contains main method. Let me elaborate. To run at your command prompt or terminal, we use a command Java, and let me go with all options: Java A, Java B, Java C, and Java X. So when you say Java X, what is going to happen? When you say Java X, what is going to happen?
I guess it's going to look for the main method.
Which main method?
It will give error.
It will go with error. See the point. We can run only dockless files. For X, do you have any dockless file? No, X is only the name of the source code here. We are having only three dockless files: A dot class, B dot class, and C dot class. So for X, there is no dockless file. So it goes with error, and the message is no class definition found. No class definition found means there is no dockless file for X. There. So when you say Java C, what is going to happen? For C, do you have any dockless file? Yes. But does it have main method inside? See the diagram? No. There is no main method in class C. So again goes with error, and the message is no main method found. There. So when you say Java B, is the condition satisfied? Yes. It's having a dockless file and even main method inside. Then runs the program from B class main method. So the entry point will become B class main method. And when you say Java A, condition satisfies, runs the program from A class main method. So whichever the class name we pass to the Java command, whichever the class name we pass to the command, Java command, it will go to the respective main method of that class. It will go to the what? Respective main method of that class. Right? So I'll show all these points. In tomorrow's class practically. I'll show everything practically in tomorrow's class. So tomorrow we'll be learning how to download Java, how to install Java, and how to develop this application. Okay, everything I'll show practically to you. The practical part starts from tomorrow. Right? Yeah. So any questions, anyone?
No, sir.
No. The next one, interpreted. So in this, JavaScript command is a compiler and Java command is an interpreter. The difference is compiler means convert source code into bytecode at a time. At a time is compiler. Interpreter means line by line. It's going to execute our bytecode line by line. Interpreted. Java command is an interpreter. And Java interpreter executes the bytecode line by line. JavaScript command is a compiler. And what is the role of Java compiler? Java compiler converts source code into bytecode. Source code into bytecode at a time. So compiler means a universal difference. Compiler means at a time. Interpreter means line by line. So tomorrow I'll be showing practically what is at a time, what is Java compiler, and about interpreter line by line, we'll understand when we come to exception handling. Next one, portable. When you take the programming languages like C or C++, if no background of C or C++, don't worry at all. So when you take the programming languages like C or C++, what is size of integer data type? Any idea? Anyone? How much memory it occupies for integer data type in the case of C or C++?
2 bytes.
Very good. 2 bytes. 2 bytes on 32-bit operating system or 4 bytes on 64-bit operating system. So it occupies 2 bytes on 32-bit and 4 bytes on 64-bit. Now, if you write a C language program on 32-bit, and if you take the same C language program to 64-bit, then there may be a chance of having memory issues because size is differing. That's the reason we say C and C++ are not highly portable. Coming to Java, size of integer data type is 4 bytes.
4 bytes.
It is 4 bytes, 32-bit or even 64-bit. The size remains same, and whatever the platform it may be. What is the point here? Java is portable since the size of respective data types is same on all platforms. So what are data types and what are their sizes we'll be discussing when we enter into basics part. So day after tomorrow we'll be entering into the basics of Java. There we'll be elaborating about data types and their sizes. Next one, secure. So before we go to secure, let us understand a definition under C or C++ again. Pointer. We're having a definition pointer. A pointer is a variable which contains address of another variable. What is a pointer? It's a variable which contains address of another variable. Like example, if you take a variable n whose value is 10, then it's going to allocate memory space for n variable. It allocates memory space for n variable whose value is 10. Now let us assume the address of this n variable is some 100. The address of this variable is what? 100. Now we want to take this address and store it into some other variable. How to do is we have to use a symbol and n. So when you say and n, it's going to give address of n variable. This address we want to store it into some other variable. Then we use symbol star symbol before variable. Then p is called as pointer. We call p as pointer because this pointer is storing address of some other variable. So it's going to create a pointer p which contains address of n variable. Now by using this pointer p, we can go to this memory location and we can even change the value also. Using pointer, I can go to any memory address and change the values also. Means using pointer, I can go to any address and corrupt it also. Using pointers, we can go to any address and even corrupt it also. That's the reason this virus or antivirus applications are developed using C and C++. But coming to Java, Java is for business applications, not for system programming. Java is for business applications. So that's the reason they have removed pointers, because pointers violate security. Using pointers, I can go to any memory and corrupt also. But Java is mainly for business applications. So we don't want to play with addresses. That's the reason they have removed pointers in Java. They have removed what? Pointers. So no pointers concept in Java. So what is the point to remember? Java does not support. You can say Java is secure as Java does not support pointers, as pointers violate security. So no pointers in Java. That's the final point you remember. What is pointer means? Which contains address of some other variable, and though there is no concept of pointers in Java. That's the point you remember. The multi-threaded. So can anyone say what is multitasking? What is multitasking?
Performing multiple tasks at once.
Yeah, performing multiple tasks. Examples?
Let's say we are using Notepad and then go to meeting at the same time.
Very good. Yeah, we are using here in our case, I'm using browser, Notepad, GoToMeeting, Paint like this. I've opened multiple applications. That's only multitasking. Like you are listening to the songs and at the same time you are typing a document in Word. Then, what is a thread? Have you seen threads anytime?
No.
So you have seen threads? You have seen threads? Okay. That is the good example is Gmail. So when you take Gmail, Gmail is a task. In that Gmail, how many compose windows can we open?
Multiple.
Right? We can open multiple. Then every compose window what we open, it is a thread. The compose windows what we open in Gmail, it's a thread. So threads are part of one task. Then when you are doing attachments, how many attachments we can do in Gmail?
Multiple.
Multiple. So every attachment is a thread here. So when one attachment is going on, I can even attach one more like that. We can attach multiple. And when attachments are going on, we can even type the subject and body of the message also. Then, clear? The meaning of threads? Threads are part of one process. And if you are able to open multiple compose windows, multiple attachments, that means the application supports multi-threaded. Then what is the advantage of these threads? What is the advantage we get finally? Time saving, right? Performance, time saving. I need not wait one thing to get completed. So to increase performance, we go for this multi-threading. So you can say a thread is a lightweight process. Lightweight process under execution within a process. So if you take Gmail as process, the lightweight process are like compose messages attachments. And the use of multi-threading is used to increase the performance of application. Okay. Then one more good example is GoToMeeting. So if you take this GoToMeeting, I can show my screen. It's a thread. I can record the class. It's a thread. I can speak with you. It's a thread. So three things are happening simultaneously. See, we can able to see the screen. We can record the class and we can even speak. So that means GoToMeeting is also multi-threaded, right? Yeah. So even we discussed this much more elaboration, how to increase performance using multi-threading in Java, that also we discuss. The dynamic. So when you take C or C++, memory allocation will happen during compile time. But in case of Java, memory allocation will happen during runtime. In Java, memory allocation for arrays, objects is done during runtime. Runtime means dynamic. And one more good feature of Java is automatic garbage collection. Java is what? Automatic garbage collection. In the case of C or C++, once we allocate memory, disallocation of memory need to be taken care by programmer only. But in Java, our work is only to allocate memory. Disallocation of memory, deleting the memory is taken care by Java. That feature only we call automatic garbage collection. Distributed applications.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah. So as you say, like Java is a automatic garbage collection. So do we need to write any line of code for that, or like
No, we
in
need
C,
not
C
write
sharp,
anything.
do we need to do
No,
that?
no line. No.
Yeah.
In the case of C, C++, we use the free function delete operator to destruct memory. But in Java, we need not use anything. No code to destruct objects.
Okay.
Now, distributed applications. Distributed applications are used for the purpose of exchanging data from one application to another application. Distributed applications are what? Exchanging data from one application to other application. Application to application interaction only distributed. Let me take a good example, the real example. Like if you go to Amazon website, in Amazon, we can add products into the cart. After adding the products into the cart, you want to do the payment process. What are the different ways of doing payment?
Cash card.
Yeah, either you can go with a debit card, credit card, net banking, right?
Yes.
So let us suppose if you are going with net banking. If you are going with what? Net banking. And if I choose Citibank, then from your Amazon, will it redirect to Citibank website? Have you observed that? Where it will ask username and password of Citibank? Yes, right?
Yes.
That means your Amazon is communicating with Citibank. Okay, they are communicating. So this, all the payment process, what we say, they are all distributed applications only. Okay. Then we'll be learning more of distributed when we come to web services topic. Okay. So these are the 10 important features what we discussed today. What they are? Java is simple, object oriented, robust, platform independent. This is important for us. So before you join the class tomorrow, please recap this and join. So tomorrow we concentrate more on this. Then interpreted, portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic and distributed. Right? Then in tomorrow's class, we'll be seeing how to download and install Java on our operating system and how to develop Java applications at command prompt. So practical part will start from tomorrow. Okay.